Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Common Sense Crypto Channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. I'm going to start with this. I figure I'd share this with all of you. Can Ripple reach the price of $10,000 by 2027? No one here understands anything about crypto. Market cap isn't a determining factor of a crypto's price. XRP is designed for $10,000. One XRP can be subdivided by 1 million drops. One drop can equal anything. Let's say a drop equals 1 cent, then XRP can easily be worth $10,000. The price of XRP needs to be high in order to be usable. In the future, governments, banks, and corporations will be using XRP. This will be in the billions and trillions. If XRP was worth 30 cents or $3, its entire supply would run out instantly. XRP needs to be valued high to transfer large sums of money. I've said that many times on this channel. My thinking is this. It has to be at a high, stable value. It can't be fluctuating up and down on a daily basis. No country would ever want to send money if it did. Think about it. You want to send money on a Monday, but the price is down. Let's wait till the price goes back up and then we'll send you the money. The world doesn't work that way. That's why I said high, stable value. Cash is king. Fight the digital as much as you possibly can. Now, you probably heard cash is king your entire life, and you still hear it from people today. But I always say this, cash is king until cash becomes worthless. Think about it. Look where we are at the time right now. At some point, the US dollar is going to fall in value very quick. I believe this will also lead to the greatest wealth transfer of our lifetimes. I talk to millionaires. You know what they always say when I mention crypto? If I can't hold it in my hand, it's worthless. So I feel the greatest wealth transfer will happen like this. If a millionaire or say multimillionaire decides in the future when everything is pushing to digital that they don't want to send their precious fiat money over to the digital world, they'll hold back as long as they possibly can until their cash becomes worthless. That's how millionaires go to zero and crypto holders become the new 1%. And that's my theory on it. That's how it could possibly happen because I know so many people that are beholden to cash. And I know a lot of people are trying to stay with the cash as much as possible to avoid the digital system that's coming, but they're going to roll that out one way or another. The US dollar is going to collapse soon anyway, so that printed piece of paper is worthless. And literally, the money here in the US, any cash that people actually have is worthless at this point. It's backed up by empty promises. US dollar set to decline in 2023 amid inflation fears. And again, we knew this was coming. I kept telling you, at some point, the US dollar is definitely going to fall. Debt, inflation, and interest rates. The total federal debt is 31.35 at the time of writing and continues to increase exponentially. The U.S. inflation rate has surpassed a 40-year record and shows no signs of easing. The rising U.S. debt, accompanied by rising interest rates, are a result of higher inflation, has been a significant problem for the U.S. Treasury that is currently unnoticed. And again, they're not going to get interest under control. And I know they're going to definitely raise rates again in 2023. Plus, you look at inflation, that's not going away anytime soon. It's like the perfect storm for the US dollar to fall. Invest in the railway lines of the fourth and fifth industrial revolution. This is the last and greatest transfer of wealth in history. Once the new system is in place, it's over forever. Own some of the rails, XLM, XRP, Algo, HBAR. That's why I'm telling you, we are looking at something that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. The good thing is we had the vision enough to invest in it, while it was still cheap enough to get a lot of it. I mean, no matter how much you invest on a weekly basis, it doesn't matter. It's one more step towards financial freedom. And like I said, we're never going to see another industrial revolution in our lifetime. This is our one and only shot. Tokenization of all assets is the future of the World Economic Forum. Whether we like it or not, the future of blockchain has already been mapped out. Get ahead of the curve. And you see here it says fine art and real estate could each theoretically be tokenized, making the management and ownership of these potentially pricey assets possible on chain. I believe the World Economic Forum is going to push the price up on a lot of things in the future. Anything tied to carbon related is going to be so expensive. You're going to have to be rich to own those things in the future. That's why I keep telling you, everything is driven towards the rich, and the poor will become slaves to the system. The crypto divide. You either accept the fate of crypto regulation, ISO 222, where the government and banks lead us, or you can just kick and scream and miss major opportunities by being blind. It will happen whether you like it or not. And you see, governments, banks control ISO 222 coins, acceptance, foresight. And the banks and the governments are already looking at those ISO coins. They're going to be part of the new system. That's why we invest in them. Then you have the Bitcoin maxis who are resistant and they want to fight this whole thing that's coming. The problem is that all the governments and the banks are controlling the world. The elitists are running the show, let's face it. And they're going to push Bitcoin out of the way if they have to. They're not going to have competition. The majority of the world will no longer use the US dollar as the means of trade. BRICS will enable global digital currencies as the new method. The US will only have one choice, to use the world leading crypto company Ripple to regain dominance. And that's what I've been saying all along. I said at some point, the US is going to need Ripple and they're going to need XRP far more than Ripple needs the US, because Ripple could carry on even if they lost against the SEC. They could easily pull out of the US and still move forward. We would still get rich from our XRP. Two blockchain-based protocols, Ripple and Stellar Lumens, are gaining popularity as the coins of choice for many international businesses. A digital dollar will provide a missing front end to facilitate international trade robustly. Now, this is coming from Harvard. Two blockchain-based protocols, Ripple XRP and Stellar XLM, are gaining popularity as the coins of choice for many international businesses. So the rest of the world is already looking at XRP and XLM. The US needs to get on board with this already, or we will be left behind. I still feel that they're working in the background, though. So then we see this US digital dollar project to work with Ripple on CBDC technical sandbox. And like I said before, I feel Ripple's been working with the US all along. It's hard to not see what's happening because they're not going to let other countries get ahead of us. They just won't. It won't happen. Fed officially agrees rate cuts shouldn't happen in 2023. And I said it before, I feel that Jerome Powell wants to move to the new system. He probably wanted to do it a long time ago because we see debt rising and inflation out of control. We're not going to have any other choice but to bring in a CBDC system, just like we see happening in other countries. But I still believe the US dollar has to fall so they could bring it in an emergency situation. XRP, the phoenix will rise from the ashes. How many times have you heard that as an XRP holder? But what does it really mean? Well, I feel it's going to rise once the current system burns to the ground. And they're slowly burning it to the ground on a daily basis. You know, we have inflation here in the US, so what do they decide to do? They decide to spend more money. $1.7 trillion. Why would you ever do that when the country is already in very bad shape? We have homeless people everywhere. We have people that can barely afford to get to work on a daily basis. They could have easily fixed the current system. They're choosing not to. They want that level playing field. Elon knows one day gas stations will become as nostalgic as payphones, bank branches, and ATMs too. And everyone knows the way the world is moving. Some people can see it, other people don't want to see what's coming. Too many people are caught up in the news. Like right now, they're still trying to figure out who's going to lead the House of Representatives. I mean, come on, the news should be talking about real problems that are happening in the world. They should also be telling their viewers about the Great Reset and the Agenda 2030 that's pushing out throughout the entire world right now. That's one thing that we are all truly in together. You know, no matter what country you're from, Agenda 2030 will affect you somehow, some way. The Great Reset will affect you somehow, some way. CBDCs will as well, all part of the plan. But that's one thing that everyone in the world can unite on, to get rid of these elitists and these globalists, these hypocrites that want to do all the things they want to do and have us do none of the same things. They want us riding bikes and taking public transportation. They don't want us owning cars. They don't want us owning houses in the future. That's the only thing we all share together right now. And we need to put a stop to all of it. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.